If you are receiving a Centrelink pension in Australia right now, stop what you are doing and watch this video until the end, because what I am about to share could save your payments from being suspended or cancelled permanently. Welcome back to MoveSmart AUS, the channel that keeps you informed, protected, and ahead of the system. I am glad you are here today because this is one of the most important updates we have covered all year. In 2026, Services Australia has ramped up its compliance activities significantly. Thousands of Centrelink recipients across the country have already received warning letters, had payments suspended, or faced formal debt notices, and in many cases, these people had no idea they were doing anything wrong. That is the scariest part. You can lose your pension not because you are dishonest, but simply because you did not know the rules, missed a notification, or forgot to report a change in your circumstances. So today, we are going to walk you through exactly what can get your pension canceled, what Centrelink is watching for right now, and what you must do to protect yourself. This information applies whether you are on the age pension, disability support pension, carer payment, or any other ongoing Centrelink income support. Let us start with the number one reason pensions are being canceled right now, and that is failure to report changes in your circumstances. Under Australian law, you are legally required to notify Centrelink within 14 days if anything in your life changes that could affect your payment. This includes changes to your income, changes to your assets, changes to your relationship status, and changes to your living arrangements. It sounds simple, but the details catch people out every single time. For example, if you sell a property, receive an inheritance, or access your superannuation as a lump sum, that is a change in your assets that must be reported. If your partner starts working more hours or gets a pay rise, that affects your household income and must be reported. If you move in with someone, whether that is a friend, a family member, or a romantic partner, Centrelink may reassess your rate of payment. And if you do not tell them, they can consider that an overpayment and ask for the money back, plus apply penalties. The second major trigger for pension cancellation in 2026 is asset and income threshold breaches. The asset limits and income thresholds are reviewed and updated regularly, and many pensioners simply do not realize they have crossed the line. If the value of your investments, savings, or property, excluding your primary home, rises above the allowable threshold, your pension can be reduced or canceled entirely. With property values and investment returns having fluctuated heavily in recent years, more people are finding themselves caught out by this than ever before. If you are a homeowner couple on the full age pension, your combined asset limit sits around a specific figure that is updated each financial year. The key point here is this. You need to check where your assets stand right now, not where they were when you first applied. Services Australia has access to data matching systems connected to the Australian Taxation Office, state revenue authorities, land registries, and financial institutions. If your reported assets do not match what these systems show, you will receive a compliance letter, and it will come without warning. The third issue that is causing major problems right now is residency. If you have traveled overseas and stayed longer than 6 weeks, Centrelink may apply a different rate to your pension, or suspend it altogether depending on how long you have been away and which payment type you receive. In 2025 and into 2026, international travel has increased significantly, and Centrelink's system flags extended absences automatically. If you are planning to travel or have already spent time abroad, you need to understand exactly how the portability rules apply to your specific payment before you go. The fourth thing that can trigger a review or cancellation is simply not responding to Centrelink's requests. If Services Australia sends you a letter, a message through your MyGov inbox, or calls you for a compliance review, and you do not respond within the time frame they set, your payment can be suspended immediately and cancellation can follow. This is happening to more people than you might think. MyGov messages are considered formal communication, which means if you do not check your inbox regularly, you could miss a deadline without knowing it. So, what should you do right now to protect your pension? The first step is to log into your MyGov account today and check your Centrelink inbox. Look for any unanswered messages, review notices, or requests for information. If you see anything there, do not ignore it, respond as quickly as possible, and if you are unsure what to do, call the Centrelink line or visit a service center for help. The second step is to review your current asset and income situation. Write down everything: your bank balances, the current value of any investments or shares, any real estate you own other than your home, any superannuation that is now accessible to you, and any income you or your partner receive. Then, check the latest Centrelink thresholds on the Services Australia website and make sure you are still within the limits. If something has changed, report it now. Voluntarily reporting is always treated more favorably than being caught in a data match. The third step is to update your contact details and make sure your address, phone number, and email linked to MyGov are current. Centrelink will not chase you if letters go to the wrong address. That is your responsibility, and a missed notice is not considered a valid excuse when it comes to compliance. The fourth step is to consider speaking with a financial information officer or a social worker through Services Australia. These services are free, and they can help you understand how your specific situation is assessed, what counts as an asset, and how to stay compliant going forward. You do not need to navigate this alone, and there is no shame in asking for help when the rules are genuinely complex. One final thing to keep in mind, if your pension is canceled or suspended and you believe the decision is wrong, you have the right to appeal. You can request an internal review first, and if you are still not satisfied, you can take your case to the Administrative Appeals Tribunal. Time limits apply, so act quickly if you receive a cancellation notice. The system can feel overwhelming, and it is designed in a way that places the burden of compliance squarely on the recipient. That is exactly why this channel exists. At MoveSmart AUS, our goal is to make sure you understand your rights, know your obligations, and never get caught off guard by a system that moves faster than most people realize. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with someone you know who is on Centrelink. Subscribe to MoveSmart AUS so you never miss an update, because the rules change, the thresholds change, and the information you have today may not be enough to protect you tomorrow. Stay informed, stay compliant, and take care of yourself.